Hi there, my name is Bruce Gardner-Crean and I'm the manager of South Belfast Foodbank. And this is a very short video, kind of bringing you up to speed, telling you what we've been up to, and thanking you for your support of our food bank, not just over the years but during this time as well. And hopefully you'll have a better understanding of what we're up to. So we've had actually to close our sessions, our face-to-face sessions, where clients, as you know, clients come to our distribution points with one of their vouchers and they swap that for 3 days worth of food, breakfast, lunch and dinner, and we've had to stop those for obvious reasons because of the risks were too high. So we've moved nearly exclusively to home deliveries now, where people still get a referral from an agency, but now we drive the food to their house, and it's a food parcel. Again, still it's 3 days worth of food. It's breakfast, lunch and dinner, and they get it delivered direct to their door. In fact, just now there's a delivery happening right as I speak to 14 people. So this week we've done 4 nights, and actually next week we'll be moving to nearly every night of the week, Monday to Friday, which is concerning but not unexpected, particularly in the light of the crisis, where people have lost jobs, where futures are suddenly that were kind of secure are now completely unsecure. So there's a lot of anxiousness around, and a lot of people quite scared and vulnerable. And so the church is called to be a loving, a kind and compassionate response, and we're called to share what we have with others, with those less fortunate. That, I think, is the heartbeat of the food bank. Our motto is one of the mottos, I believe, all the people involved in the food bank will have different reasons and passages, but one of the ones for me is from Hebrews chapter 13 verse 16, and it says this: "And do not forget to do good and to share with others, for with such sacrifices God is pleased." And so that really sums up for me really what the food bank's meant to be about. It's meant to share what we have with other people who are less fortunate, and so that is what we are doing. That is what we're trying to do. So we're doing that, and like I say, the need is increasing. We're now operating exclusively out of City Church Belfast. The main reason for that is because it's not just my church, but it's where the office is. It's where myself and Victoria, where we're based, and so it made sense for the whole operation to be here, so I can oversee it. We don't want to be in lots of different venues and centres, when actually it's safer to be in one and know what's happening, who's coming, who's going, who's in the building, who's not. As you know, we've got as you can imagine, we've got safety protocols coming out of our ears. We've got aprons and gloves, hand sanitising units everywhere, manual handling posters, hand washing posters. You're bombarded as soon as you come in the door with all of that, and rightly so. We want to do this really safely, and because of the safety issue, we are actually doing everything with our own current volunteers. We're trying to do everything with our current volunteers because they've all been trained and they've all had their references checked. We were inundated with requests to help and offers of help, and we just can't sort of meet all that demand and all that. It's lovely people wanting to help, but we're trying to do as much as we can with as few people as we can. So we're working with our current volunteers, and they're roping in family members. Often it's a son or a daughter back from uni, and so they're coming in, and they're really grateful to be doing something and getting out of the house. And so because of that, because they're a household or family unit, they can be working really closely together and bumping together and packing food. So what they're doing is packing food into boxes, and they're doing it so quickly. Sometimes family groups are doing kind of nearly over 30 in 2 hours. So it's amazing what can be done. If we weren't doing that, we would have to make sure people were socially isolating, keeping 2 meters apart, and you can imagine the difficulty to oversee that. I'd have to be watching them, so imagine just that would be a waste of my time. So we're doing it with families as much as we can. But even though we're based in City Church, you obviously it's not just a City Church thing. We're just based here. This ministry, this compassion ministry, is run by and involved with so many churches in South Belfast. I was going to say all the churches, but not all the churches, but many churches. We're doing this together. It's very much a Churches in South Belfast partnership. So I'm so grateful. If you're watching this, your church are involved and partnered with us, and I'm really grateful for your church. It has been tough. It has been tough to suddenly minimise contact with clients. You know, that was our bread and butter, where we spoke with clients and we got to listen to their story and they got to tell us what's going on, and we were able to then signpost them to further support and advice. We were able to possibly pray with clients if it felt appropriate, but now none of that can happen. Everything is done over the phone, and I've got a key volunteer who I'm so grateful. It's a real godsend, she is, and obviously Brenda is on the email, and she's emailing people in such an amazing way, you know, and she carries the heart of the food bank like no one else. And so I do believe still the kindness and the love of God and the compassion is there, albeit in a very, very different way. So what can you do? How can you support us? Well, you know, as a church, we really value your prayers like never before. If you could pray for us during one of your Sunday services, or maybe in your prayer meetings, if you still have them. We have our prayer meetings on Zoom, as probably everyone is nowadays. If you can pray for us, that would be great. I'm thinking of three simple ways you can pray for us. Firstly, you can pray that God protects us, protects all of our volunteers, all of the volunteers, particularly who are going out and doing the driving, that God just protects them from any unforeseen things that could happen, particularly that God protects all our volunteers from any viruses or catching the virus. That would be the first thing. Secondly, just pray for our clients. Our clients are anxious and they're worried, and we're seeing a lot more local people. So to pray for those clients who are suddenly needing to use a food bank, who would never have had to use one. Pray that the love of God and the good news is made known to them in some amazing and miraculous way, and through this parcel that they would find out a little bit more about what the church is about. And also, just lastly, just pray for our food stocks, that we have all that we need. You know, we all believe in those stories in the Bible where God miraculously just multiplies the food that comes in. So just pray for a multiplication of our food stocks, and that we have all that we need to be able to give out. Not too much, not too little, so that we can share with people. We're also going to be launching a new online shop where you can buy some of our items and food that we're always short of. And so do watch out on our Facebook page and our Twitter page for the launch of that online shop, where you can safely donate and buy food for us. In the shop, you can pick a certain bundle for us, and this app will deliver the food directly to us. So we're excited about that, because I know that we have actually stopped churches from giving physical donations of food. So this is one way you can do it virtually. And lastly, I just want to say thank you for all of you who've given us, financially supported us. I'm so grateful, and I'm not asking for any more, actually, because God has been so good and so kind to us. Because actually we have money enough for now through this crisis, but also we have money going forward, because we believe that this crisis has only really started. So the ramifications will be felt for many, many months, and so I believe God has provided for us in an amazing way. So I'm not asking for any money here. Actually, I'm asking more for your prayers, and thank you for thinking of us. Thank you for asking how we are. Together we're still working, we're still open, we're still helping people, the most vulnerable. We're still watching out for those in need. So appreciate you listening to this message. Thank you.